Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Azubike Chidaka, the founder of Old Naija Football, and today is a good day for a conversation. Good day, everybody. My name is Azubike Chidaka. I'm sure you are all having a wonderful festive period, and today is a good day for a conversation. We continue our AFCON series. We're supposed to have Beniro last week, or should I say 2 weeks ago, but because of network issues, it was not possible. So we have to go on. The show has to go on actually. So our special guest today is Victor Obinna. For those who are not aware, Victor Obinna is the 100th scorer for Nigeria at the AFCON, and it will be a wonderful time, I believe, when he joins us to share his insights and experiences while playing the AFCON and bits of his career, which is quite intriguing in truth. So without much further ado, I would put it to get one or two value from it, and to not just be an ordinary conversation, but it's a conversation we all learn from at the end of the day. So Mr. Victor is here. Mauga, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, my brother. How you doing?
I'm all right. Thank you for joining us
You're welcome.
for this conversation.
You're welcome, my brother. You're welcome.
I love the background we did here. That shirt, because now that shirt, you still score your last AFCON goal.
Yeah. I love it too. It's
okay. Before we even start, make I even give you one gist.
It's a privilege. It's a privilege to have won that jersey for quite a number of games. So I hope you can hear me.
Okay, make I give you one gist about that jersey. I can hear you. Make I give you one gist about that jersey.
Okay.
You know, say when you score for 2006, now the 100th goal where you score for Nigeria for against Tunisia. You know, say this shirt where you wear, you scored the 110th against Algeria.
Are you serious?
For that third place match. I was doing my
you guys. You know, your second name is statistics. You know. You know, this is your work, this is your job, you know almost everything about, the statistics of especially the national teams and football players. So
thank you.
I want to use this medium to, to thank you for everything you have been putting, all your works that you have been putting out there, especially, to promote the players, the Nigerian football players, even both the ex-football players that have played for this country. You are doing a wonderful job.
Thank you. I appreciate coming from you. I appreciate. Thank you.
No.
So even before I came on, there was this game you played against Egypt, if I'm not mistaken, in 2005.
Yes.
African Youth Championship.
Yes.
I think you scored the last goal that took that game to extra time. So to penalties.
Yes.
Because it was extra time you scored that goal.
Yes.
I just realized that you have a thing about scoring important, crucial goals. That goal, then the one against Mozambique for Abuja here. If not for those two goals, I'm sure there would have been no African Youth Championship win. There would have been no chance for us to beat Kenya in the World Cup qualifiers.
Well, like I've said at the beginning, it's always a privilege to play for my country. As a young boy, as a young child, I can remember the 1994 World Cup. I was still very, very young. Then in my home, we used to have black and white television. So, like every football-loving fan, I was glued to the television, and, it has always been my dream to play one day for my country, and to have that opportunity to be able to play for Nigeria. For me, it's a do or die affair, because I'm one of those players that, I give everything for Nigeria, even more than my club side. Let's put it like that, because for me, it's an honor. It's a great privilege to be able to represent almost how many? Then we were like 150, from 150 to 180 million people, So now, if we don't reach 257,
I
million.
tell you, the population is mad right now. Population is
So we
mad
are
right now.
growing rapidly. And back to the question, I believe not only for me, as every young football player that was born in Nigeria. I'm talking about those ones that were born in Nigeria. I'm not talking about those
Mm-hmm.
ones
Mm-hmm.
born outside. The
Mm.
ones that were born in Nigeria that, knows the value of playing for the national team.
Yeah.
You can go back to, all the players, the history of Nigeria with all those ones that made us proud in 1994. All of them, they played in Nigeria before they left.
Home base.
All of them from beginning to Z.
Yeah.
They started in Nigeria before they left for foreign clubs to play, to further their career. So we that played here, we know what it has taken. We know that we are leaving our families behind, our families in Nigeria, and we know how important for us to be able to, protect that our family name and give all to make sure
Yeah.
that, we get the results that we wanted. So me playing for Nigeria and having that privilege to score those important goals, for me, it's a great honor.
Okay. Let's go straight to why we are here. Talking about your AFCON experience. Um, you were amongst those who were selected in 2006, a special group of players, young players actually. You, Mikel, Taiwo, and Sani Keita. You all went to the AFCON in 2006. What was the experience like, knowing fully well that none of you had over 10 caps for the country at that time, but you were playing with the likes of Okocha, Kanu, Yobo, and the rest of them? What was the AFCON experience like for you
To be
guys?
honest, it was, it was something that I believe I talk, I use myself as an example, and I know exactly it's the same for like Taiwo, Mikel Obi, and the other player that you talked about, like Sani Keita that you talked about. For us, it was like a dream come true. It was a dream country because it was my first tournament to play for the Super Eagles. Back then, I was playing in Cabo Verona. I started playing, my professional football career, my first year as a professional football career outside Nigeria. I was playing for Cabo Verona in the Serie A. And
Yeah.
for me to get that chance, the call up to come and play for the national team, it was like a dream come true for me. Like I could remember vividly the camp that we had in Faro. That was the first time I was meeting the likes of JJ Okocha, training with JJ Okocha on the same pitch. I was like, I was like over the moon, training with Nwankwo Kanu on the same pitch. These are legends that, normally we footballers, we idolize. We wanted to be
Yeah.
like them. We're living like I was looking up to them, and to have that privilege to play with them together, even to train with them, it was like a dream come true for me, for us. I know for the likes of Mikel Obi and Tai. So, and also getting the chance to be among the finalists, it was not. we had in that camp alone, there were fantastic players that didn't even make the list. You understand? So
Yeah.
it was a great privilege to be able to give him that opportunity and to perform. One thing is giving that opportunity, another thing is to perform. You
Mm.
understand?
Yeah.
So I thank God for the opportunity. We even have the likes of Chinedu Obasi was like a provisional squad. He came for the
You were
tournament.
on standby.
He was a
Mm.
standby. So this is going to tell you how we had Julius Agawa, we had Wilson Oruma, we had Christian Obodo. So I'm telling you the kind of players that were in that team. You understand? We
Mm.
had immense talent, quality, depth, anywhere you want, all around. So
Mm.
we thank God for having that opportunity. It was like a dream come true, I believe, for we the young ones that were given opportunity to be in that team.
Okay. My second question. You came on in the games against Ghana and against Senegal in the group stages, but you had the opportunity to start against Tunisia in the quarterfinals. Was there any pressure, even though you eventually scored in that
Well,
game?
of course, of course. Playing for Nigeria comes with a lot of pressure. That's the truth. Any player that tells you that he doesn't feel pressure playing for Nigeria, I don't think that player is telling the truth. We all feel pressure playing for Nigeria because this is our country. We want our country to be the best. We want to give the best, especially being as a young player, being called into the team. You are benching players like Julius Agara while you are playing. I don't know if you understand what I'm. Julius Agara
Yeah,
in that moment was playing for what's the
Shakhtar.
Donetsk. Shakhtar
Yeah,
Donetsk was the highest goal scorer in Shakhtar Donetsk, playing the Champions League, getting to the semi-final, and I'm benching Julius. Of course, you have people in the bench that were supposed to be, in the team. Of course, going in the game, before the game, it comes with the pressure. But once I get in the pitch, that pressure disappears. I'm talking about my own experience.
mm.
Before the game, of course, you're nervous, you have great expectation, you're excited to play the game ball. But once you get on the pitch of play, the pressure goes away because you're there ready for business.
And the business was that goal you scored against all odds from a very innocuous position and all of that. Even though we eventually won on penalties, and I think he also took a penalty in that game,
Yeah,
which I feel was
yeah,
also
yeah, yeah.
showed
We
character from your own
we
part.
we, we thank God for Vincent Yam. We
True,
thank
true,
God
true.
for
Because
Vincent
he saved
Yam
and he also scored in that
because
penalty.
let's not take away the kudos. The person that made us to qualify in that game was Vincent Inyama. He
Yeah.
saved 3 penalties. 3, not 1, not 2. 3 penalties. We missed 2. He saved 3.
Yes, yes.
So he was the one. You can imagine saving 3 penalties on this day of football.
Mm,
I don't know if you understand. It's
mm,
massive because every football player now they practice penalties like every day to know how to play penalty. So for
mm.
him to be able to get 3 penalties, it shows like the top talent and top-notch goalkeeper he was.
Because even in that same opponent, we played Tunisia in 2004. He didn't save one penalty, I can still remember. And even before, when he went to penalty, some of us were doubting that we're not sure Vincent is going to save anyone and all of that. But he proved us wrong and he was a hero in that game. And there's a touching picture of both of you hugging that's online. That I do see it once in a while. I'm like, these are the heroes
And
for this game.
sorry to cut you short. I could remember
Mm,
vividly, during the training sections before that game, we practiced a lot of penalties, and Vincent
mm,
Inyama was taking everything out. Like
mm.
he was punching. He saved a lot of penalties, during the build
Practice.
up to the game.
Mm.
So also that gave us a lot of confidence. Seeing him the way he was so flexible in terms of taking the balls out, and we had so much confidence on him. And let's say that season is as a whole, even in his club side, he was very, very magnificent.
And then you went to the game against Ivory Coast, which sadly we lost, but it was a game of small margins. In your own opinion, why do you think maybe we struggled to win that game or we lost?
I think in that game we made a little mistake. We made some few mistakes, from the back that cost us, you know, to concede against Didier Drogba. You cannot make some certain mistakes against that kind of play in the final third. He will punish you. That's the truth.
Yeah.
And, yeah, in that tournament, Didier Drogba was the outstanding player throughout in that tournament. Not because Ivory Coast was playing better than us, but him individually, he was on fire. He was
Yeah.
him and Yaya Toure were the outstanding players for their team. Without both of them, I don't think they will qualify they would have qualified for the finals, because they cost us problem that we end up losing the game. I think we lost 1-0.
Yeah, 1-0.
If you could remember well, that one goal that we lost, it was the day Drogba that scored. It was a mistake from the back.
From the back. Yes.
And we had our chances. We had 1 or 2 chances that we could have equalized, but we couldn't put it, in the back of the net. So football is all about when you get your chances. They didn't have a lot of chances. It was just only that.
Just that one.
So this is what I'm trying to tell you. In this kind of big games, it was a big game. It was, a lot of people say that it was the final before finals. It was a big game. So the chances that you have, you needed to utilize them. If you don't use them well, you're going to pay for it. So that's what I think that, that made us not to qualify. We made some few mistakes, in the back, and we couldn't utilize our chances. We had 2 chances in that game that we were supposed to score, but unfortunately, we didn't score.
Okay, let's go to 2008. That was like the most complete squad, in my opinion, the most complete squad we took to an AFCON in the 2000s. But for some reason, we were struggling to score goals, and we were struggling for most of that tournament. And eventually, we lost to 10-man Ghana.
Yes.
Talk us through what were the reasons why we struggled in that tournament, and we eventually lost to Ghana in the quarterfinals.
To be honest, we had the best squad, like you said, but quite unfortunate, within the team, there were no unity. We were not united.
Okay.
Some certain players felt that they deserved the chance to play ahead of some players. Like, I'll give you an example. Players like Yakubu Ayeweni played virtually all the games in that competition, and Obafemi Martins felt that he deserved more chance to play in the game. So, some of the times that he was given opportunity to come in, instead of giving his best, he felt that he deserved to start some games, which he didn't. You understand? This is my own opinion, and I believe the team wasn't, together, and that was the truth. We were not with one spirit. We had the best team, but we were not coming into the game. It felt that we are not together. It felt like, some other players, thought that they deserved to play ahead of some certain players. So this was what I thought that, it didn't help the team. It didn't help us at all.
Was that also the same reason why we lost to Ghana? 10-man Ghana, for that matter.
Well, that game, to be honest, we came into that game. If you watch that game, we really played well. We played well, but unfortunately, we conceded that goal, and then all of a sudden, it's like we started having pressure on us. We started having, because I remember I came in the second half, from the bench already there was so much pressure from the bench. Imagine, the pressure that was coming from the pitch. So the sensation was that, as we started the game, we were playing very well. We had some chances, we didn't score, and then unfortunately they scored. And since they scored us, we were playing under pressure. We were supposed to continue to play our football, hoping that definitely we will get the equalizer, which we know that we had a better team than them. But they are playing at home, so they had the fans, everything was, let's say, on their favor. The fans were shouting, everything was screaming, everybody was screaming, and, coupled with the fact that when they scored, everywhere just caught fire. You understand? So some of our players, that pressure came, into the game, and, we started, we didn't continue to play our normal football. We were supposed to, continue playing our football, because I remember the same thing happened, but this one is on the youth level. There was this qualifying games we needed to win or draw to qualify to the Olympics in 2008.
I think it was same Ghana too.
It was the same Ghana, in Ghana, the same pitch. Same pitch. If you see the stadium that day, it was like, I don't know. So we played. We find out at the end game of the match was 2-2 draw because we beat them here in Nigeria. So we needed or win or draw, and we were winning them at the end of the day. They started with 1-0, the same thing. They scored us, and at the end, first half was 1-0. We came in the second half, we equalized, and we scored the second goal. And towards the dying minute, they equalized 2-2, and that was how we were able to qualify. So, but notwithstanding, when they were ahead of us in the first half, which really happened the same way in Ghana, we continued playing our football. We didn't allow that pressure to come. But to be honest, that our team in 2000 and qualifying almost, we carry fire everywhere. There's no shaking at all. There's no shaking. I didn't have any no doubt that we will qualify in that game. So and that was what happened.
Okay. Now in 2010, leading to the qualifiers, or should I say leading to the AFCON in 2010 and the World Cup, you and Ikechukwu Uche were crucial to us qualifying for that tournament and also for the World Cup itself. Both of you had 5 goals apiece, but Ikechukwu Uche was crucial to the way we were playing then in the attack. And sometimes I feel he's quite underrated, if you ask me, among Nigeria's finest strikers. Because he was different. He was not the powerful playing kind of person, but he was actually quite skilled and creative for a forward.
He was very technical in his game.
So how much of an absence, or how much was a miss that he was not playing in that AFCON and even the World Cup itself?
No, he was one of the outstanding players, like you mentioned, during the qualifying games for the AFCON and for the World Cup, and we really missed his presence because even within the team and the players, there were so upfront. There was so much understanding amongst us. Like players like him playing from the left sometimes, or playing the middle, and Odewingi. There was good understanding between all of us. Even if I'm not playing, I'm coming in the second half, I know how he makes his runs and stuff like that. But it was a pity. I think he couldn't make it because of injury.
Yeah.
And we felt his absence in both tournaments because he would have given us an edge in some certain areas, especially in the final third.
And now your generation had a lot of outstanding players, yourself, Odewinge, Utaka, Mikel, and the rest of them. But sadly, there was no AFCON win for this group of players. You guys didn't really win much. You didn't win anything, actually. Why do you think you guys had this issue? Was continuity in management, for instance, a reason why you guys had problems? Because I remember 2004 we had Chukwu, 2006 we had Ekwavon, 2008 we had Betty Vogt, 2010 we had Shuaibu. We always had a new manager for every AFCON, and we don't necessarily, you don't win things with that kind of turnover of managers.
Absolutely. It's quite obvious, like you said. Continuity is very important. I will give you an example with just one coach that I played under him right from the under 20s to the under 23, and I had the opportunity to have him as well as the coach of the Super Eagles. So continuity is very, very important in any football team or in a country's national team like that of Nigeria. But it was quite unfortunate that every of those coaches you have mentioned, anyone that comes has their own ideas, has their own style of play, has their own kind of players they want. So it keeps rotating. Petit comes, he doesn't like Ikechukwu, for example. He takes him out and brings someone else. Shaibu Ahmadu comes, he doesn't like some certain players, maybe, for example. It's not that he doesn't like him, but he prefers Yakubu than Martins. Give you an example. So there is no continuity, and that brings disunity amongst the players. You understand? Because some of the players are more favored than one coach than other. And this is the truth. You can feel it also in the training section and things like that. You understand? So it's quite unfortunate, like you said, that, my generation, some of us, Mikel won the AFCON, couldn't win the AFCON, notwithstanding the amount of, talent that we had, like you said, Taka, Dewingi, players like this, Chinedu Bassi, and Ikechukwu won as well, the AFCON. It's quite unfortunate that we couldn't, continue with that team to win an AFCON. We got close, but quite unfortunate we were able to be 2 times to win the 3rd places.
The golden bronze.
Yeah. I have 2 golden bronze and no AFCON.
Oh, sadly.
Yeah,
okay.
sadly.
Of all the tournaments you played in, which tournament do you feel, okay, we were going into this tournament, we should have won it?
Wow. Well, I will speak under the momentum that we had. The 2008 squad was really strong, but we didn't have the unity, like I said. But in 2010, we had unity in that team.
Okay.
You could see that everyone was fighting. If you look closely, you could see that we're fighting for each other. We didn't have that outstanding qualities, just like the way it was in 2000 and in 2008. We didn't have the likes of Kanuwanko. We didn't have the likes of JJ Okocha. Okay, JJ left since 2026. 2006. We didn't have creative midfielders. We had Dixon Ituhu, we had Sani Keita, but we were fighting for each other. We had Chinedu Obasi, we had the Wingy. I felt that 2010 team could have won the AFCON. Me personally, we had more fighting spirit, we had more oneness, but unfortunately, we lost against. Who did we lose against in the semi-final?
Ghana.
Again.
Ghana.
Again.
Yeah, we don't have we have a terrible record against Ghana in the AFCON, to be honest. We have a terrible record against Ghana.
That one,
yeah. Because Ghana.
I'm not at the best. They pay me. That one, they pay me.
Ghana. Yeah. So,
but
let me go.
Did they win it?
They didn't win it. They lost in the final to Egypt. Let's not forget that Egypt also trounced the Super Eagles in the group stage. You can remember, after we scored first, then it was fireworks afterwards. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we are done with the past now. Let's come to the present. You've seen the struggles of this current Super Eagles team. The coach is under scrutiny. Some people don't believe he's going to do anything fantastic in Ivory Coast. Personally, I don't believe so. But that's our own opinion. But we are open to. I'm open to eating a humble pie if that situation comes and maybe the team wins it. But I doubt it. But you've seen the struggles of this team. You've seen the doubts behind the coach. How far do you think this team can go? knowing
First
fully well that we've been
of
struggling in the
all,
qualifiers.
first of all, I'd like to clear this out. This is not a form of criticism or any other thing. The facts are there for everybody to see. Statistically, you know how many games we have played under this present coach, how many we have won, how many we have lost, how many we have drawn. We they play friendly matches, we they lose. Friendly matches that you are there to try players and blend your team, put your team together. During my time, I don't remember if we knew one myself. Friendly match I'm talking about. Friendly matches. We're losing friendly matches anyhow. You come to Nigeria, you lose against
Guinea-Bissau.
Guinea-Bissau, Serie alone in Nigeria. The records are there. Obviously, everybody can see. It's not a criticism. And this has made the fans, I'm talking about football, I'm now a fan. I'm talking as a fan perspective, Nobody has faith in the coach's ability to lead Nigeria. That's the truth. No one has it. No one has the faith. I'm not criticizing. I'm talking fact. You can see the facts. It's written there. How many games have we won under the present coach? How many games?
We've not even won half of the games he's played.
So, yes, thank God we were able to qualify. And now we're going for the tournament properly. So, my expectations going into the group stage are not high. I will just balance my expectations so that make I know get better slap left and right. You understand? So my expectations are easy because everybody knows that this group that we are in is a very tough group. It's a very tough group. You're playing the first match is against which you could say
Equatorial Guinea.
Equatorial
Guinea.
Okay. That's the match. People might be thinking, we are going to flog Equatorial Guinea. But it's a very difficult game. That's the game that we need to start winning. If you win that one, you are going to the second game to play against Cote d'Ivoire. You understand? So, to be honest, the coaching crew should really up their games because this AFCON tournament, if they really want to get back the support from the Nigerian fans, they need to prove it in this AFCON. This is a major tournament, and so many top countries that are out there that have top talents. That you can call Morocco, you can call Egypt. There's Senegal. There's even Cote d'Ivoire. They have solid teams, and these teams they mess around, especially the North Americans. They don't mess around. They don't mess around at all.
True.
In terms of tactical, they are top. They are top. They are way better than us. Tactically, the way they put their teams on the pitch, they are more tactically sound than us. Fortunately, we are not playing against any of them in the group stage. We are playing against Germany in the first. So those 3 games are really, especially against Cote d'Ivoire and Guinea-Bissau, it's going to be a lot of, physicality game. So our players, I know say they play against a lot of foreign-based players, foreign
born players.
Yes, foreign-based players where they play with a lot of different kinds of players there. We know the jam. So they should be expecting all this because it's going to be tough. First of all, African football is not the same as playing
European football.
This is the fact. Number one, weather. The weather condition is very harsh and it's going to be very harsh. So you're playing in Cote d'Ivoire. Cote d'Ivoire is very close from here. So you imagine how many degrees we did for Abuja? 35.
35, 30 within that range.
So you can imagine from here to Abuja, how many are you expecting? In Cote d'Ivoire, it will probably be the same, minimum 30 degrees Celsius. So it's going to be tough. The weather is going to be harsh, and this is a very deciding factor, especially for our foreign-based players. You know, a lot of them they used to the living abroad. So it's going to affect us. But I believe that I have to pray for them to do well.
So, okay. Now, the final question before we call this a wrap. Build your AFCON ultimate team from those you watched play and those you played with. So who starts in goals for you?
Okay. You mean like the starting 11?
Yeah, starting 11.
Wow. This one tough. Players break.
Now why I say you do it?
Both the ones that I played with, both the ones that I didn't play with. Like even those ones that we were watching on television.
Yes, we're watching on television.
Okay. All right. Starting from goal, that one no dey difficult. Everybody know who will for goal. Is our legendary skipper, Vincent Enyama. Starting in goal.
Okay.
My right back, I will go for. There's two players that I would really like them, but I have to choose one.
Yeah, choose one.
We have Chidi Odia, we have Joseph Yobo. So I'm going to go for Joseph Yobo because he was also our captain, and he played a lot of games for Nigeria, and he also won AFCON. So Joseph Yobo, right full back.
Okay.
5 and 6. Well, number 5, we always and forever go to Taribo West.
Okay.
That's my number 5. I didn't play with Taribo West, but he's a very, very, very good senior man of mine. Anytime I see him, he's like, "So for there, who goes there?" Taribo West is always a great personality. So Taribo West. 6, my number 6 goes to Onyekachi Apam. That's my number 6. These are players I played with him, and everybody that watched Apam Onyekachi knows the quality that he brings to the pitch, especially for the Super Eagles. So I had the opportunity to play with him in various youth levels, under 20, under 23, and then also in the Super Eagles. So I go for Apam Onyekachi as number 6. So the left fullback is King Taiwo.
Undisputed.
For me, nobody. Onye nkem, now what do they call him? Onye nkem. Taiwo goes as the left fullback, undisputed left fullback for the national team. So we come to the midfield players. Wow, midfield players do, but I will go for Sunday Olise as his defensive midfield player because he is the best in that position. In all, we had Olafinjana, Sheyi Olafinjana, we had Sami Keita as well that I played together with in those areas. But we know the quality that Sunday Olise have and has played for Nigeria. He also captained Nigeria in several competitions. So Sunday Olise as the defensive midfield player. So we go to, I'm just saying, you want me to name the three in the midfield?
You're in this your 11 and a 4-3-3, Ali?
Yes, 4-3-3.
Fire on, sir.
Now 4-3-3,
Fire
they
on.
made,
No, Allah.
they
Fire
made
on.
this team. So, Sunday Lise is one of the three midfield players for me. The central midfield player will be Mikel Obi.
Okay.
And then the attacking midfield player will be, everybody know the person, man. King JJ Okocha. Papa on the ball. So JJ is my attacking midfield player, and then my three front men will be, who is playing from the right will be, we have one or two for me in that position that I would have loved to put, but I will go. Now only one will enter me, my best 11.
Yeah, only one.
There is John Otaka, there is Peter Odewingie, but I will go with Peter Odewingie because I prefer Peter as the right attacking striker. So I go to the left. The left for me is Ikechukwu
Okay.
as the left attacking midfield striker. And then number 9. Number 9, they plenty. Them plenty. But, you know, like you said, the ones that I played with, the ones that I didn't play with, I'm kind of, you know, trying to balance it. We all know that, you know, in the history of Nigerian football, our best striker is Rashid Yekini. May his soul rest in peace. That's our best striker. But in terms of, you know, the team that I am building, you said my own team. We had others. We had Martins. We had Yakuba Egweni. We had so many other players. Even in the right, there's Finidi George, but now their era with that. I know who play for their era. They come from my own era. So I will go for the striker coming one quarter.
Okay.
So
thank you.
This is my starting 11.
Fantastic squad. Fantastic team, actually. I'm surprised you didn't put let's say Agawa. Yes.
I didn't
I'm surprised. Agawa.
How will I put Agawa? For who you go bench for there?
He bench Kano. You know, say no vex, but you know, say Kano score for AFCON.
No. Nakin Papilo.
I understand. Papilo, fantastic player. I understand.
Papilo won the AFCON. Papilo has won a lot of
No,
things.
he no win AFCON, no. He no win AFCON, no. Now the only stay when you get for Enquires, no win AFCON.
1994, now wait.
You know this squad now.
Really?
You know this squad. Yeah, I know this squad.
Oh my goodness. I was like, I had it in mind that he was among the team.
That's the only thing Papilo didn't win in his career.
But he wasn't involved because he was injured or what?
No, he was. I don't think he was selected. He was still coming up then at Ajax, so he wasn't selected.
Dang. Oh, I'm so sorry that he didn't win the Nations Cup. Hey, okay, now I understand this comparison between him and Mikel Obi that he didn't win. Okay, now I understand, but
yeah. So that's it. So thank you for joining us for this conversation. Me personally, some things I've always had have been cleared, and I believe some people who also had questions. Some of their questions have been answered.
Yeah.
But if anybody wants to answer, if anybody wants to ask 1 or 2 questions, you are free to ask Victor here. I could just ask him on your behalf. I can just type it and can ask him on your behalf. But still, nonetheless,
did he win the UEFA Champions League? Of course, he won.
Of course he did.
He won with Ajax.
Yeah, won with Ajax. Yeah, I won it. So that's even that squad said that 94 squad. It's very difficult to make that squad, to be
I really
honest.
didn't believe that he wasn't among the team. Eh?
It was not. It was
But he
not.
was among
It was
the
not.
team that went to the World Cup.
Yes, it was. No, it was not even the squad. It was 98. He went to his first World Cup.
Oh my God! Really?
But
Okay,
he probably,
Now I remember where he really
mm,
started playing for Super Eagles in 1996
mm, mm,
Olympics.
mm.
It wasn't even the Super Eagles anyway. 1996 Olympics, he was there.
Yeah, he was there.
That
Well,
was
maybe if we didn't get banned in '96, so if we played in '96 and didn't get banned in '98, he probably would have won an AFCON.
But did he went with Nigeria in the under 17 that we won, or which under 17?
Yeah, he won in '93.
Uruma
Yeah, he won
won.
in '93.
He was there, Abi.
Yeah.
See?
Mm. So technically, he has won a World Cup, but not the main prize itself.
Yeah, somebody wrote that he won a World Cup.
Yeah, won a World Cup. Okay, since I didn't get any questions, I think we can call it a wrap. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Obinna. It's a pleasure. Hope you're enjoying your holidays. My regards to the family.
Yeah. I'm enjoying it as
We hope to go into 2024 in good
well. Amen.
health and breaking all kinds of goals and
Amen.
records and all of that.
Amen.
Do have a fantastic
Thank
day and
Thank
take
you
care of
so
yourself,
much.
sir.
I wish you the same, my brother. Thank you so much.
All
God
right, thanks
bless
for
you.
coming.
Thanks for having me.
Pleasure.
Talk to you soon.
All
Cheers,
right.
bro.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye. So there you have it. Today's conversation, episode 3, is done and wrapped. I believe we all got one or two values from it, learned one or two things from the man himself, and it's been a pleasure to everybody who joined us here. Victor is no longer playing, for those who are wondering. He's retired for over 4 years, if I'm not mistaken. So thank you for joining us, and do have a wonderful day. We'll have another conversation one of these days. We'll be updated anytime we have a guest. Thank you for joining me. My name is Azubike Jidaka, signing off. Take care.